Sometimes we talk about one thought moment, one thought moment in our life. And before we meditate, we say, what is the thought moment? What's so good? What a thought moment? Why must we have to do the thought moment? So important, yes. That's the decision making, the thought moment. That moment is a decision making of life and death. I use the word life and death. You see, people usually when they commit mistake, especially youngsters, right? Sometimes they stare, they go to the pubs or go to shopping center, motorbike gang, and they stare each other, just staring, nothing, just stare. Sometimes that guy wears spec, and the day he never wears spec. So when you see things, he got to, straight his eye like kind of funny look, and people doesn't know he wearing spectacle. So the other party will thought, what this guy making monkey face and be finding fault or what? See, problem started with this kind of encounter. And because of this spur of the moment of the thoughts, it triggered what? Anger. Right? Young people got anger. Old people also got anger. They got very angry. And what? Why you look at me? Why? And they start to argue, ended up in fight, ended up with what? Life-threatening fight. Sometimes they may take a knife, machete, and chop each other up. And in the end, when they get caught, they regret. And you look at the interview, why you do that? They say, I'm very angry because he scolded me. You say, why you make a monkey face at me? And all. You see, because of the speech that trigger that thoughts, the spur of the moment, pop, they committed their mistake. And it's very regretful. Because why? The individual got to be imprisoned and punished by the law. And likewise, if you apply the same thing to our eye contact, our ear contact, nose contact, okay? Our mouth speech, bodily contact, and sometimes you may also realize certain people you are not agreeable with her or he. Just hearing the mention of the name of the individual trigger the anger in you, trigger the uneasy feeling in you. And you feel that, why? Just a name only, why? But yes, because our mind is not trained, our mind still hold on to the hatred of the past. Because all these are memory, we hold on to the memory of the past, the hatred of the past, the content of the past, the feeling of our past. And that's why we got so angry every time we mention this thing. Right. Now, how are we going to deal with this problem? It has to be dealt with. It got to be dealt with because it concerns our spiritual goal. Mindfulness. Every time we know that this thing triggered out, straight away we notify, we acknowledge, okay. Even though you might have at first is no control, the anger just come out. This is normal people. They just they come out and they got so worked up. Now, as we start to practice mindfulness, we start to address the problem within ourselves. Because why? Because this kind of unwholesome thought has been causing us grave grief, pain in our heart. And we start to address it. Every time the thought or someone mentioned about certain thing, pop, this thought or this kind of emotion arises, we acknowledge, we take a note, look at it. And it's just a thought, right? There's no story making carry on. But if you're not mindful, you see the whole contingent of the trend of thoughts just follow. And it's a repetition of thoughts. And you'll be easily dragged into the emotion straight away. So it's very, very important when we have mindfulness. When this memory arising, we just arrest it. Acknowledge, okay, We just make a mental note, it's the past. No point. What is done cannot be undone. It's a memory. It's impermanent. And then we just do a knowledge. Don't have to say let go. Just look at it and life move. And as we keep doing it, then we find that it become more and more easier to deal with. And this thought, in no time, it doesn't have any impact. It doesn't have an impact in us because why? We have mindfulness. We are aware. We are not like last time being easily tricked or being sucked in by the content of the thoughts. So this is very important in the practice, in our daily practice, right? So that when we encounter with certain people, because we are human beings, right? In this society we're living in, there's a lot of people, majority are wrong view. They have wrong view in the whole thing in their life. They are very selfish, they don't give a damn, They're very selfish. Sometimes they see you coming, they don't care. They know that they should do this thing, but they don't do the purposely make left it undone, so that you got to do it again. And it's a duty, and you find that why? And then if person who are practicing, they say that never mind, it's okay. Just do more job, you won't die. Your finger won't get lost. You see, you know how to find a reason to cushion off your extra job, and no problem. You don't have to say that this is your duty to be complied of, and you need to complain. Blah, blah. We don't have to. You say, it's okay, we do it, no problem. So this is how we cultivate kindness in ourselves. Because the minute you woke up, you get woke up, you got angry. Who suffered now? You are the first one to suffer. Second thing, you harbor the dissatisfaction towards the other party. When you harbor this kind of thought, the next thing is how to hit back. And when you want to hit back, this is how this fire will keep burning. It never stops. And for the other party, when you hit back at you, they'll be more aggressive because the other person who don't practice. But for us, we want to put a stop. Yes, the other party might say that, he's stupid, let him do it. You don't care. Then they will keep taking advantage. But never mind, because why? We are there for the test. I use the word. Because it's a test of our patience, it gives you a platform to practice what we call khanti, patience, forbearance. How far can you take it? How much can you take it? And no problem, you don't worry, right? Because when someone try to make you angry, try to agitate you, and you are immovable, unaffected, so what will happen? The other party will get worked up. Just like some other people, they try to make life difficult for us, so that we will tender our resignations and just walk out. But if we just stay put and smile, let me tell you, the other party will resign themselves. They go crazy. They go crazy not because of us. They go crazy. They get tortured by their own unwholesome thought. Because when a person thinks unwholesomely, all this unwholesome thought always occupy their mind. They're always thinking people try to, do bad to them, unkind to them, blah, 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 even though they're in the wrong. They always think that they're in the right. But if if you're practicing, no, this person got wrong view, right? We shouldn't take grudges with him, but we should forgive him, and we practice patience and forbearance. This is the highest austerity. This is the highest that the Buddha always encouraged us as a Buddhist to practice, because the accumulation of our merits for the practice. Then, the more you do it, hurdles after hurdles, problem after problem, we are not moved. But what we gain is what? Patience, forbearance. What we gain is the perfection of our personality within ourselves. And everywhere we go, we only, no problem. People got a lot of problem, but we come to us, small problem. But to some people who never handled grave issue, is a big problem. So remember that the spur moment of thoughts is so important in the practice for we all Buddhists, right? And that will be the sharing for today.